I was rushing through security to catch my flight. Just as I was about to deny carrying any prohibited items, my assistant Paisley suddenly raised her hand. Do scalpels count? She has dozens of them in her suitcase. The agent's expression hardened as he grabbed his radio. Within seconds, security officers in blue uniforms had surrounded us, boxing Paisley and me in. A cold sweat trickled down my hairline. My voice trembled, but I forced a calm tone and shouted, I'm a surgeon. I'm on my way to a neighboring state for an emergency pediatric surgery. These are medical instruments. I have permits and my hospital credentials. All the documentation is in my bag. Open the suitcase. The agent's voice was flat, an undeniable command. The lid was thrown open, revealing neat rows of scalpels, hemostats, and surgical instruments. I turned to Paisley desperately. Get the paperwork and the patient's chart. Show it to them. Paisley kept her head down, her voice a timid whisper. I have them right here. Just then, the agent pointed to a dark shadow on the x-ray screen, his voice growing sterner. And what is that? Before I could lean in to see, Paisley let out a sharp, theatrical gasp. Dr. Vance, I told you we couldn't bring flammable materials on the plane. Why wouldn't you listen? Are you trying to endanger everyone? The air in the terminal seemed to freeze. Passengers nearby backed away, their eyes filled with a mixture of fear and disgust. The agent's suspicion instantly hardened into a cold command. Step away from the luggage, both of you with us. Now. My mind went blank. 800 miles away in Nashville, a 7-year-old boy was already anesthetized on the operating table, his surgical team scrubbed in and waiting. And here I was, the lead surgeon, being treated like a terrorist because of my assistant's malicious lie. I snapped my head up to look at the clock above the gate. 18 minutes until boarding closed. It was the only chance to save that child. Officer, please. This is a terrible misunderstanding, I pleaded, my voice thick with emotion. I'm Dr. Elena Vance, Chief of Surgery at Metropolitan General. There's a 7-year-old boy with internal bleeding in his chest waiting for me. He has a unique vascular condition, and I'm the only one who can fix it. I'm not carrying anything dangerous. She's lying. The officers ignored my pleas. 2 agents grabbed my arms. Joke or not, any mention of a hazardous device triggers a full federal screening protocol, the supervisor said, his face impassive as he snatched my boarding pass. His gaze was ice cold. Take them to the holding room. As we were escorted down a hallway, I glanced back. Paisley was strolling along behind me, not a hint of panic on her face. Instead, she looked impatient, as if she were the one being inconvenienced. A hot surge of anger rushed to my head. I spun around and hissed, Paisley, do you have any idea what you've just done? That boy's life is on the line. Every minute we waste here, his chances get worse. Paisley rolled her eyes, casually admiring her new manicure. God, Dr. Vance, don't be so dramatic. I was just trying to lighten the mood. It's not my fault these TSA agents have zero sense of humor. She looked at the supervisor and sighed with fake exasperation. Seriously, you fell for that? You actually believed any of it? You guys really need to get out more. Fury flared in the supervisor's eyes. Lighten the mood? He snapped. Making a false threat at an airport is a federal crime. Do you have any idea what that means? Paisley let out a sharp, arrogant laugh. Oh, please. My uncle is Gideon Cole, the head of the State Department of Health. You can't touch me. Now let us go, or I'll have all of you investigated for abuse of authority. Her arrogance was the last straw. The heavy door to the interrogation room slammed shut, locking us inside. My eyes were fixed on the digital clock on the wall. 10 minutes until the flight departed. If I missed it, that 7-year-old boy was going to die. I didn't have time to think. I dropped to my knees, my voice echoing in the sterile room, a desperate plea. Please, the liquid in the bag is just medical alcohol. You can test it. Find me. Charge me later. I'll take whatever punishment you want. Just please, let me make this flight. Please. A younger officer looked hesitant and raised his radio. Dispatch, can we get a verification on the suspect's identity? If this is a confirmed medical emergency, we might need to. Paisley, who was lounging in a metal chair with her legs crossed, cut him off with a cruel laugh. Oh, honey, don't listen to her. She's not trying to save anyone. She's a flight risk. The officer paused, his eyes narrowed.